do what you need to do. I know all you girls are outside, and when it gets a little chilly, Party Next Door and Drake album will be right there for you. We love you. Right there for you.
I am reincarnated. I was stargazing.
Dropping this fall is what I call amazing. Woke up, Drake alive with party. Pardon me, keep a pillow on me, got me drowsy. Humble him a little like what Holly did to Rousey. Mr. Get Off, you do it, you'll be top 3.
Kendrick! Drop this fall, and my life is yours.
I'm serious. Make it happen.
Do it. No!
Listen to me now.
Nigga.
Listen to me. Drop it.
Like never before, African woman, you're the one I adore.
Let it go, bro. Y'all Kendrick fans never let it. No. Drake hasn't let it go. From wearing a similar outfit to the cover of Mr. Morale, that's a reach. Okay. From hiring somebody to model OVO merch to look similar to Kendrick's fiance. Fans of both respective sides have noticed this. The man goes bowling, calls his bowling name 69 God, posts a lookalike of himself performing, says, sometimes you gotta pop out, posts himself wearing a Tupac shirt, and we know why he's doing it. He also buys a replica of the car that Tupac got shot in. Also posts a photo of himself laying down with a shirt saying rap is a joke. It doesn't say that, it says what? Job? He has other people clocking in for him and working his shift. And he has indentured servants writing his lyrics. Then he has Lil Glazer out here fondling his unmentionables.
I think people just hate on Drake because he's the guy. Outside of the people who care about hip hop, bro,
nobody gives a fuck
at all.
They just want to party. There's some beautiful girl they want to dance with,
and they want to dance to Drake. He's a fucking guy. But if I had $700 million, I would fucking probably. It's also probably he's fucked everyone's bitch. Yeah,
my suspicion was like, yo, this shit got to be personal.
I mean, he's also that guy though. All the records, all the numbers, like he's the one.
Did Neo need Party Next Door, Quentin Miller, and Lil Yachty to help him dodge bullets? Did he need someone named Vory to help him stop the bullets?
Drake's songwriting drama thickens as Vory's Mob Ties reference track surfaces.
As I have said in this video, watch it and educate thy brain, feed thy soul. If you get outed for using writers and you are a rapper, not just organizing a hook or a word here and there, writers who are penning your entire verse
word for word, bar for bar,
to where all you gotta do is go in the booth and just say what's been written, you cannot be considered the greatest. I don't care who it is. Eminem could be outed for having reference tracks tomorrow. He's gone. I don't ever want to hear his name mentioned with the greatest ever again. Jay-Z, Biggie, doesn't matter. And the same applies to Kendrick. I will throw him in the garbage disposal should he ever get outed for having ghostwriters or reference tracks where it's someone else that's doing it for him, not him.
I respected it a lot, and I talked to him. That shit didn't bother him. He didn't give a fuck.
Really?
No. He was genuinely unfazed.
I think it's so wavy to be young. It's not that sick. Because I'm here now. Like I just left 35, right? And it's like,
you're getting up there.
Well, all right.
Just saying.
So we're saying the same dude that direct messaged Anthony Fantano attacking his existence and poking fun at his relationship to a black woman at the time is unfazed by Kendrick Lamar. The same dude that went and attacked Rihanna in multiple songs for multiple years simply because she moved on with another guy and had kids with him is unfazed by Kendrick Lamar.
I know you're not happy, girl. Everybody know. Can see it in your boyfriend eyes at the show.
Hey, I've seen this one. This is a classic.
What do you mean you've seen this?
She'll never know your story like I do.
One of my baddest women ever. I call her Rihanna. I love her and support her unconditionally, and I like to think that she feels the same way. And you know, whenever.
Still fancy her though?
Do I fancy her? Of course. I mean, who wouldn't? Look at her. She's stunning. See, Drake in a me. She's someone I've been in love with since I was 22 years old. Like, oh, Drake started a family with Rihanna, and like, this is like so perfect. Or like, Drake, yeah, it's like, it looks so good on paper. I wanted that too. Well, I mean, and I didn't get it too. By the way, I wanted that too.
Let it go. Let it go.
And I had way better bitches than your TBH.
I've seen people on social media, be it Instagram, Twitter, even content creators, display this exact behavior, and the community collectively calls them a bitch. But because it's Drake, bitch behavior gets a pass. And need I remind you, who was it that went personal first in this beef?
I be with some bodyguards like Whitney. We ain't gotta get personal, this a friendly fade, you should keep it that way.
And I'm not about to sit here and pretend like I don't listen to Drake at all. I have a lot of his songs in my playlist, same with Kendrick. I thought Push-Ups and Family Matters were really good songs. But Drake K has been releasing far more mid than exceptional music these past few years, which has been one of the primary reasons as to why people have had a falling out with Drake and they want to see him fail. And no, Yachty, it's not because he's a guy, he's a guy. Little root canal, close your mouth. You can't be named after something luxurious as a yacht with these unseaworthy ass takes. You are Lil Raft from this point forward. People throw disrespect and anger towards Drake simply because he has little to no respect for the genre he exists in. None of the top hip-hop icons or rappers you know of would be caught dead wearing a shirt like this, let alone had used an AI voice of Tupac to insult somebody, even though I thought in terms of disrespect, if we're going for maximum disrespect, that was a good play by him, but it's a double-edged sword. You playing with fire when you do that. And clearly Drake hates Kendrick more than he loves hip-hop. And all of you know, if Drake had won this beef, he would have been insufferable, as he was with Meek Mill, but times 100. He was playing back-to-back in the same hotel as Meek Mill. He was above him and he was playing it. Like there's stories about that. He was unrelenting in the memeage. He never let it breathe. He never let his foot off of Meek's neck. Deservedly so, because Meek got absolutely slapped and tossed around. You got destroyed. But yeah, in this situation, people in Drake's camp and his fandom, the delusional ones anyway, Drake, he's going about his business. He's moving on. He's got better things to do than talk about Kendrick. Kendrick wouldn't even have the #1 that he has if not for Drake. Drake saved his career. Kendrick doesn't do an iota, a sand granule of anything that Drake does on social media. Outside of music, you barely hear from this guy. It's as if he doesn't exist. And what has Kendrick done? He made a music video to the diss song and he performed it live. The exact same thing Drake did, only there was no music video for Back to Back. I've heard people like academics and others say it's because Drake's at the top that he's getting all this hatred. There have been so many before Drake, and not even in music, but just other forms of entertainment that have been at the proverbial top that haven't gotten anywhere near as much hate as Drake. But there has been one, and that's LeBron James. And a lot of what people don't like LeBron for is somewhat similar to what people don't like Drake for. But from a music standpoint, and this is where I remember this is a sports channel, primarily NBA channel. So I'm not always going to do music every single upload, but I will do it more consistently. It's not going to be something that's not here. So subscribe at your own pair if you want to or not, but we primarily do sports here. Anyway, should have said that at the beginning, but whatever. My brain is fried because of this heat in Michigan. We now come full circle back as to why I think Kendrick should release the same time as Drake, at least within the same week or something. If he did the same day, he would win Hater of the Century. I'd applaud him, my God. But why do I think so? Even if you don't agree with me and you are a Drake fan and you think he won the big, I can't even say that, but you're a fan, you cannot deny the pop culture crack we would all get and the ramifications for if Kendrick were to do this. This would be 50 Cent versus Kanye West, but in 2024. 50 Cent released his self-titled album, Curtis, and Kanye released Graduation. The very tectonic plates of hip-hop shifted, and it hasn't been the same since. Kanye was declared the winner, Not just in album sales, but also by the people, the culture. And when the dust settled, Kanye molded hip-hop into his likeness. A lot of people sounding like him. You had a resurgence of hip-hop. You had a new golden age of sorts. Tons of rappers who would have never have been given the chance or even looked at as a serious MC or anything were let in because of what Kanye did for the genre. Drake being one of those people. Now, I don't think this would exactly have the same ramifications as that because I don't consider Drake and Kendrick to be in their prime. They are legacy artists at this point. Kanye was 2 albums in at that point before Graduation came out. He was knee deep in his prime. 50 Cent was about 2-3 albums in. They were literally not only the 2 biggest in the genre, but they were at their peak. I will say both Kendrick and Drake right now, because of the resulting battle, are at their peak in terms of popularity, but they aren't the both of them dictating the sound of the entire genre. I wouldn't say so, at least. I don't really know who that is at this point because the whole music world is far different now. It's shifted, this, that, and the other, a bunch of other reasons. But we can definitely have a shift into what the future will be, the immediate future of hip hop, if this were to happen. If I'm Kendrick, I would do this not only because I'm at my absolute peak saturation of interest from people. People are waiting with bated breath. If you capitalize on this hype right now, you will enter possibly another stratosphere. Kendrick passed Drake and monthly listeners on Spotify a few weeks ago. Now, it is by no means a massive difference between us, only about 1 million, but it's indicative of what could potentially play out if Kendrick were to do this. Kendrick has way less music than Drake, and he surpassed him by about 1 million or so listeners. Imagine if he releases the same day as Drake and the album is really good in comparison to whatever it is Drake releases. And since it's with PartyNextDoor, it's going to be a lot of ballads that are meant for girls in a club, and it's going to be some rap tracks here and there, but it's not going to be anything far different from what we've expected from Drake. Even though when he released Her Loss with 21 Savage, I was thoroughly surprised by that. Her Loss is actually good. I didn't expect it to be that damn good, but I sure as hell don't expect a Drake and PartyNextDoor collab album to be on the same tier as that. And I think a good portion of the public don't expect it to be either. Kendrick currently has the advantage of public interest at the moment. If he's able to deliver over Drake, a Drake right now who's going to do what he does best and making club hits and all that, and you've got this album that everyone's talking about over the thing that you do best, it will show the collective masses, even those who don't like Kendrick or his music, that Kendrick is the better artist. Because what's been the primary complaint of Kendrick? He doesn't have any club hits. He doesn't, like Good Kid, Mad City doesn't exist. Kendrick can make the songs that Drake makes. Drake sure as hell cannot make the songs that Kendrick makes. And if that snippet that Kendrick showed at the beginning of Not Like Us is any indication of what the album is going to sound like, the album would be simply undeniable. If this year passes and Kendrick doesn't release, I will be highly disappointed. I don't know how you don't capitalize on historic amounts of hype and clout. But Kendrick's not the type to pursue clout and fame and I get that. I'm talking about musically. If Kendrick is the hater, I think he is, he will do this. I air quoted when I said hater, because you are not a hater if what you are saying is true. I'm really trying not to hear Baby's pacifier music dominate my entire fall.
What the fuck is that?
Falling